CNBC TV18 Weekender.
Welcome back. You're watching CNBC TV18 Weekender. We have with us the multi-talented Malaika Arora Khan. So tell me, Malaika, what made you turn an entrepreneur? Again, was it something that you thought you will be, or it was just a gradual process that, you've done so many things, now what's next?
Well, it's always what next. I think that's pretty much part of all of us, who work in this business, and so is everybody else. What next? And I think the opportunity came my way. It literally was at my doorstep, and I kind of mulled over it. I thought over it, and I said, I think it's the best possible way to kind of take myself forward. It's literally an extension of me, and at the same time do something that I really enjoy. So that's where the whole seed was put in and planted in my head, and I just said, fine, let me just go with the flow. I knew nothing about it.
The LabelLife.com is a one-stop destination for women for curated clothing, home decor and accessories. While you take care of the clothing aspect, Suzanne Khan is the editor for home decor and Bipasha Basu for accessories. How did all three of you come together?
It all started with a very dear friend of mine, Preeta Sutankar. She approached me, and she by then she had already wanted to float the home life, the home part of it with Suzanne, and I think that's where they ventured first, and then she came to me with the idea of clothing, of curating clothes. And like I said, it seemed really exciting. It seemed like a new facet to explore, to see what's out there. I knew like nothing about online. For me, getting online and doing anything online was like a big bad world for me. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to be doing? She sat me down, she spoke to me, she ran me through the whole thing. I spoke to everybody that I could, just trying to gather information, read up on stuff, and it kind of made sense to me. And I think she's got a great choice of three wonderfully headstrong women, talented, and who know what they want and what they want to get out of life. And I'm really glad that she managed to get this group together, and each one of us has a very dedicated design way of how we want to go forward, what we want to do, where she sees each one of us positions, and each one of us, that's our forte, and I think that's where they're tapping, and that's what works for the Label Life.
What would you say is the venture's USP? Because like you said, we have so many brands online doing home decor or clothing and even accessories. So what sets the Label Life apart?
Our USP, like we talk about, is basically elevating essentials, and by that what I mean is, if you're looking for that one white shirt, then you've come to the right place. We'll give you that one white shirt, and what we're trying to do is we're basically attempting to kill any kind of over choice. So that anywhere else you go, you're looking for a white shirt, there are 30,000 white shirts. We eliminate that process for you. We make it simple, we make it easy for you.
Take us through your collection, the closet label, What do you keep in mind while you're designing these clothes?
For me, I believe in essentials. I think you should have those essentials in your wardrobe before you try to experiment and try to have 8 million other things. So for me, whether you have a great white shirt, you have a maxi dress, you have a wrap dress, or you have the perfect skirt, you got to have the perfect essentials in your wardrobe, which is what we are striving to do. And of course, you accessorize it right, you style it right, all of that eventually falls into place. We have a great price factor, which is very, very, very good. We are anything between 1,000 to 3,000 rupees. That's
quite economical.
Which is very economical. Anybody can afford it. A college student can afford it. A housewife, a working class person. So everybody can afford.
So you're targeting everybody. Who's your target audience?
Somewhere between the age of 25 to 45. So anybody and everybody can afford.
Is the venture profitable today? It's been 3 years. Have you broken even? Can you take us through the revenue numbers?
We've definitely grown. Abundantly. I mean, in 4 times we've grown. We do about 500 orders or more a day, which is huge. I can comfortably say that we're one of the fastest growing, startups right now.
You guys definitely have seemed to have cracked the winning formula, as your sales have grown up by 40% from last year. You also have 45% repeat customers, and you've also started working with larger portals like Myntra and all of that. So how are you finding the online space to be? Like you said, it's new for you, but how exciting is this space?
Very exciting. I'm still learning. Still some of the things baffle me, but like you said, the numbers are there. People like Myntra and stuff like that, yes, we tie it up. Of course, we have just a part of our collection that we showcase with Myntra, that you can go and buy from Myntra, but the rest is all available at the label Life.
Malaika, you're not just curating styles, you're also acting as a personal stylist, Take us through that. You have a Twitter feature, Ask Malaika. What are the common questions that women ask you?
I think firstly it's wonderful where you can actually have that space. It's very, because normally we have customer care service. I mean, that happens everywhere, with any online space. But this is a more one-on-one interactive thing that you can actually do. And the most commonly asked questions are, how do I wear this with that? Does a white shirt work with this? Or can I, when I go to office, do I look, what can I wear? Should I wear accessories with this? Should I overstyle it or the typical normal questions that any girl would ask. And I think it's really endearing. It's really wonderful, because then you kind of know where we need to concentrate on, what we need to concentrate on. Maybe this is the areas that that women keep going back to. So I think those questions also help us get to know our business better and act better on it.
So can you tell me some quick fixes for working women, especially where we don't have time to just get up, run to office? What is that we must have?
So we've got a whole bunch of clothing where we cater to workwear. So whether it's a wrap dress or a maxi dress, I think, or whether you style pants with a shirt, or even a skirt with a cami that I'm wearing, you just throw a jacket over it. So you go literally from office to, and that's what we keep telling our customers. You can actually dress from office to play later. So you can throw on a jacket or take off the jacket and be ready to go out at night. So you, like, the way you're dressed right now is just is perfect. It's perfect office wear.
Now you, Suzanne and Vipash, all three of you curate for the label Life. How does the dynamics between the three of you work? I understand that three of you have different segments to cater to, but sometimes does that happen that you're suggesting her on something, she's suggesting you about clothing?
So far, not really. I think we have our work cut out pretty specific for each one of us, and I think each one of us knows, what we're good at. Even though I may feel that I have a great eye on detail for home decor, I personally think I do, but I think that's not really my area and my space of expertise. And I think Suzanne knows it like the back of her hand, and she does a fantastic job. So I don't ever see where we ever have to get into each other's space. We complement each other, and I think I always say that women should elevate each other and not pull each other down. We should always do that, and I think that's pretty much what we do. We always encourage each other.
Tell me, what has been the toughest part about being an entrepreneur?
I think initially was trying to nail the right customer, who I think that was the toughest initially. Of course, everybody has a different take on that. I'm sure if you ask Preeta, she would say something else. She would say trying to stay afloat is always the toughest part. Fending off competition is always the toughest part. Like initially we thought, certain things like sleepwear, initially we were like, that would fly off, but it didn't fly off. It took a while, and I still remember saying, we should do swimwear, because we don't get great swimwear in this country. Nobody makes great, and everybody's shy about buying the right kind of swimwear. And we pushed that, and it took a while. It took a long time, but then eventually we saw people really started liking it. So we learned from our mistakes, and I think that's the only way you can move forward, when you learn from your mistakes.
All right, on that note, time for another short break, but don't go anywhere as we put Malaika on a quick rapid fire when we return.
Whoa, you didn't warn me.
CNBC TV 18 Weekender.